Morning, guys. Excuse the state of this dryer, but it's seen better days. The shit I have to go through to keep this shit going, just for the minute. As being an ex-engineer, I've been able to keep all the shitty appliances running still, but the process I have to go through to get this one going, one of the field windings have gone on the motor, as well as the capacitor. Originally it had blown both capacitors, so even with a slightly higher UF rating, it eventually blew that one. But I've had to change the windings on the motor, so the reverse winding is now the clockwise winding. Unfortunately, it can no longer run on a capacitor, so the capacitor is my left hand, as you will see now. To start it, this is absolute now, hence the duct tape, screw, sensor wire on the side, excuse the state of it. There's old tape stuck to it. It looks dirty, but it's actually glue and shit, which won't come off. To start it, you hear a clunk. See my two timers. It's heating up. And then to start it, and then to activate it, control the temperature via this, or time by this, which needs adjusting, as it will be 30 minutes. It takes 30 minutes to dry a full load now, as I have the full control of the temperature. Target range is 70 degrees, but this is the difference between the temperature I'm going to set it to. So I'm going to take this down. As you can see, the temperature is carried down. So take the temperature down to about 10 degrees, well, lower than the 23. Which will then tell this P.I.D that it needs to kick in when I hit set. There's the clunk on the contactor switch. This one now raise up to its set temperature, which is maximum 100. These condenser dryers normally run at about 150. So I like to run it depending on what's in it. If it's towels and shit like that, then it'll have it set to 100 or more degrees. If it's stuff that I don't want to shrink, then it'll be set to about 70 degrees. So at the moment, I think this is the target is going to be, this has got a 15 degrees difference with this at the moment. So I think its cut-off point is going to be around 80 something, which you hear it clunk. And then I'll increase it. So this is what Cestos sensor, which is really, I've had these for about 10 years. I've got about 30 of them. Controls the time it's on for, as you can see, as well as the. This also controls the motor. This P.I.D has to control the contactor switch because the current and ampage, or more the ampage, drawn by the heating element is too much, and this can only hold 2.5 amps. So it's fine for the motor, which draws 2.5 amps or less, but heating element, different story. I said 70, 80. I lied. Should cut off soon the temperature. It can't go past 100 because I've set it on the main settings, which I can show you here. So high at AL means the output on AL1 and AL2 is 100 C max, and the low is 20, which it does kick in briefly. Obviously it goes over 20 with the warm air in the room. As you just heard it kick in, so it's hit maximum temperature. But yeah, unless anyone knows, because I haven't used this P.I.D in over 10 years, I can't actually get out of the settings. I'm locked. The other about 3-4 days ago, I did have full access where I could access all the settings, but couldn't remember half of them. As this one's got a lot on it. You can even set an alarm on this, or attach a buzzer to it, so it alerts you when it's hit a certain, or it's overheating. So if I want it to go any hotter, obviously it won't go above 90, but if I raise this, which will create a difference, so it's got about a 5 degrees difference at the moment. If I just put this up to 70, this would try and take it over 100, but the P.I.D won't allow it. As soon as I hit that set, 100 would be its cut-off point. Which is hot enough in my opinion. It dries my clothes in, well, my towels and bedding in less than half an hour, so without creasing it. Yeah, so it's got high AL. You can hear it sort of clunking on and off. Unfortunately, the motor can be run in either direction, but clockwise it's got more ventilation than anti-clockwise for obvious reasons with the dual fan on the motor. But I've had to remove the reversing switch because the windings are no good on the reverse side. Sorry, the clockwise side. Also, it can't use a start capacitor anymore because the motor's knackered. I did replace the motor originally with a different induction motor that I had, and fitting it was easy, but it didn't have the rear heating fan and the front cooling fan, which is down here for the condenser part, which I originally had 2 additional motors to control the other 2 fans, which is just making life more complicated because this is dry as rubbish. It's cheaply made. It's Chinese. It's poorly made inside. It wasn't built to last. This actually broke within its first 12 months when I purchased it for my mother. Let's turn it off. And yeah, obviously under the England Curry's policy, it was repaired about 8 times overall, which used to annoy me. I was still an engineer then. They used to come out and say it's simple things. They even replaced the condenser on this because the original one melted the back with a more robust one. It's just got thicker coolers now, whereas the other one it was really flimsy. You could bend the old unit, and this is actually solid. So when I do throw this in the scrap, which won't be much longer, I'll be giving my mother that cooler there because she's got the flimsy one in her candy dryer, which I warned her not to buy, but she did. Anyway, subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and watch out for more stuff that I put on.